Come on. Oh, there we go.
There we go. We are live. Fantastic. I hit the button and it was just like whirling and whirling and whirling. And I was like doing my little dance for Kim that I do when we're waiting for it to go live. Anyway, here we are. The Green Umbrella live lunch. It's Thursday again, 12 noon. We are ready to go. This week, the last 2 weeks have flown by.
Mm-hmm.
This week, it was like Monday felt like a slog. Tuesday was really fun. Wednesdays felt like a slog. And today's been a struggle. Now, admittedly, my car alarm started going off at about 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning, and that woke me up. And we all know I'm not a morning person. So maybe that's why I'm struggling today. But yeah, Tuesday was brilliant. I was mentoring all day long. Literally, I was asked to guest in. So someone I know, they've got a like a mentoring program, but it's all driven off the back of WhatsApp groups, and they've got almost like a startup WhatsApp group and a scale up WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
And so, Christina, will you come in and do a takeover? And the idea is the people in these groups, and there's like, I don't know, 40, 50 people in each group. And they're like, basically, people just ping their questions all day and you spend all day answering them.
Amazing.
So I had these 2 WhatsApp groups going off that I'm doing a guest in, asking some really questions we get all the time, but also some really interesting questions because they're all like different stages of business, right? So that was really fun. And then once a month, I'm a mentor as part of a mastermind. And once a month, there's a full day online event, and I pop in the afternoon, and I basically do 2 hours there, small group mentoring. And I was talking all about public speaking, how to get more public speaking gigs, how to be more attractive to event organisers, so you get those speaker gigs. So that was really fun as well. So yeah, Tuesday was brilliant. The rest of the week, though, I'm like, why is it still like it feels like a Monday today?
Yeah, it's just been hard this week because I was a bit poorly sick, wasn't I, Monday? And I just feel shattered all week. So yeah, I'm not my usually bubbly self today because I don't feel very well, and woe is me.
Oh yeah, poor Kim. Poor Kim.
If anybody would like to find the small violin, I'll just...
That's it. Yeah,
Paul, I hate the phrases man up, woman up. See, I'm even Aggie today. Sorry, Paul, love you. Thanks.
Wow, this is going to be an interesting episode.
Oh,
do you know what? Before we get into all the social media news stuff, I was testing some stuff in StreamYard. So there's some features in StreamYard that we don't use. We've never used. So I was having a my how do you phrase it? Active procrastination yesterday. I thought I'll go and
play about.
Yeah, basically. So I thought I'll go and have a bit of a play in StreamYard. So one of the things you can do in StreamYard is obviously we've got this layout here, and there's standard layouts. So if I wanted to make me big and Kim small, I can do that. Or if we
that's usually how this relationship works. Yeah.
Oh, or we can do this, right? So, but you can actually create your own layout. So nice. I was playing with that yesterday, and then I was playing with. So every time we complete this recording, obviously it gets downloaded and we upload it to our. No, we don't download it. We take the stream from YouTube to add to our website. Yeah. But if we wanted to, we could download it, edit it, clean it up, get rid of all the embarrassing moments. And when I drop a naughty word,
so there will be welcome to Green Umbrella Live Lunch. See you next week.
That's the one. So anyway, I was playing with all of that, and normally that part of it, like you do all that stuff. I don't get involved in that stuff, right? It's like I rock up, I do the show, and then I crack on with some more generally pointless procrastination. But I was looking at it, and obviously with AI progressing, all that sort of stuff, they've now got, if you record videos, I think over 15 minutes, you get an AI transcript, which is really useful. And I know you know about that because we use that for producing the show notes, I believe.
No, but carry on.
Or do you still download it, put it through Otter? That's where we download it. Yeah, so we can, I think we need to have a look at the transcript in StreamYard now to see how good, if it's as good as Otter or not. Maybe that it's one less job, isn't it? Downloading, uploading.
Yeah.
But then the other thing it does, so for a while now, you've been able to essentially edit clips out. So you've still got your full recording, but you can say, well, I want this clip for a reel or. But now, and I don't know how long it's been in there because I didn't even see the update. So AI will create the clips for you.
Behave.
Yeah. And so I picked like maybe 3 or 4 of our previous live lunches and hit the button. Now you do have to wait. It does take, and when I say wait, obviously I'm impatient. It probably only takes 5 minutes, but it felt like 5 hours. But it's obviously it's not looking for 3 clips or 5 clips. It's looking for where are the clips. So on like one of the videos, I got 4 clips. On another one, I got 6. And I'd say that of each video, of the AI clips it produced, there probably were 2 for each video that we could use as reels, as shorts to repurpose.
Oh, fantastic!
So yeah, but like I said, because we don't. It's funny. Use software, when you first start using it, you get into it, you get into the pictures, that kind of stuff, but you don't really stay up to date with it in the same way. And as much as we are like focused like social media platforms, what's changing, what's new, what's being tested, we don't look at our tools in the same way.
Yeah.
So anyone using StreamYard, if you've been using it for a while, go back, have a look, and just see like what features have been brought out since you've been using it that maybe you could be making use of that you don't even know about them. Paul's just said, is Kim going to be by AI? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, these things that I'm talking about will just make Kim's life so much easier.
Honestly, so I have this great idea and I make a reel of the best bits and I'm like, that's amazing. I'm going to do that every week. And then it comes to the next week and I remember just how long it took because of those 5 minutes feeling like 5 hours. And I just go, yeah, it's not happening. I move on. So something like that is going to be amazing. And Paul, everyone knows I'm irreplaceable, babes.
Yeah, totally. And this one of the questions that came out on Tuesday, it was about, tools for repurposing video. And there's tons of them out there. But then it's another tool.
Yeah.
Another thing in your toolbox. And actually, the fewer tools, the better.
Yeah. Less is more.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's things like, I wish we could, on those reels that it creates, it adds a caption as well.
Okay.
So if you like, I don't actually like the font and the style of the captions, but I can live with it given the fact that no one's had to spend time going through all that. But it would be nice if you could edit, like pick your font.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll have to upload it into another tool, into captions.
Exactly.
And do it that way.
Exactly. Another question I got asked, not on Tuesday, I was talking to a designer that does a lot of sort of editing of reels for people. And we were talking about the stuff that we do. And he said, oh, who's editing those for you? Obviously, he was after a bit of business. So I was like, we don't need anyone to do it. Kim just does it. She's using an app. And it's like, that's all we need. It doesn't need to be any fancier schmancier than that. He's like, what app are you using? And I said, well, we use Caption. And he said, oh, CapCut's really good as well. And I said, well, we used to use CapCut, but now we use Caption. But to be honest, there's not massive difference between the 2 apps, is there?
See, I use CapCut for templates. So if it's a jazz, to be honest, I haven't actually spent enough time in CapCut because I know there's a ton of stuff that you can do, but again, it's having the time to do it. So yeah, I use that for sort of the templates and then go over to captions to add the captions. Because I like the way they look.
Yeah, I do. I prefer them. And I feel like so many people use CapCut now for captions.
It's so obvious.
You just like it all looks
before you'd be like, oh my god, that's a great video, and now you're like, CapCut.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can't really go, yeah, I know, thanks, yeah, it took me ages.
Yeah, cool. Okay, right, let's get into the news. So I've got a few different things. So let me kick off with, I've got so many things, I've had to put them up on screen today. Let's kick off with LinkedIn. So first of all, a little while ago, we talked about the fact that LinkedIn was testing this option of a premium company page. And they did start rolling those out, but they're now they're rolling them out properly. It's like it's being properly launched. So these premium company pages, it's $99 a month, which isn't a huge investment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like a throwaway, don't even think about it amount.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like if you've got an audience on your LinkedIn company page, let's say, 5,000 or so, 3,000, 5,000 as a minimum, it could well be worth investing in this. Okay. The benefits of it, essentially, it's really interesting because it's almost bringing back some of the features that we had on LinkedIn company pages 5-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Only for those premium users. So first of all, that you'll have a custom button, call to action button.
Yeah.
It's like, you've got to love a custom button rather than one of those bloody standard things. You just have to choose from the options.
Yeah.
One of the things, you are going to be able to have sort of recommendations featured on the page. So we used to have testimonials on LinkedIn company pages before and they got stripped away. So we'll be able to have those as well. There's a few other things, but essentially it's going to be the ability. My phone's ringing again. Thursday lunchtime, man, people keep ringing me. So yeah, we've got the custom button, recommendations being featured, supposed to appear more so in search, perform better in search. You'll have content that you can feature in your profile. So when people land on that page, it's like certain posts will just be showcased there. Okay. You'll get, obviously, Microsoft are really big into AI. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. So there's sort of AI writing tools built into it as well. Paul's just said it's probably Deb's calling me. It wasn't Deb's. Deb's is on holiday this week. So yeah, not Deb's this time. But it is so there's these little things that you're going to get as part of this premium service. So I feel like if you've got the audience there and you are getting leads from LinkedIn, it's probably going to be worth investing in because it's going to increase the views by 12, 13 times is what they're saying. So let's say that's over egging it and it's only improving your profile views by 5x. I think it's worth doing. So yeah, so that's the LinkedIn thing now. And if you haven't got the option, if you haven't got the ability to upgrade, you should have it by the end of July.
There we go.
It's a coming. It's a coming. So that's that one. The other thing is to do with LinkedIn newsletters. Now, I reckon I'm going to probably do a poll, probably next week, and ask my network, do people actually read LinkedIn newsletters or not?
Yeah.
It's one of these things like LinkedIn newsletters. I think if you've got the content, absolutely great thing to do. The only reason we haven't done it is because we already have a weekly newsletter.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take away from that. I want people on my mailing list receiving that rather than just receiving it through LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So I have thought about, do we do like a once a month thing? Do I do a Christina newsletter that talks about all the stuff I do, not just Green Umbrella stuff?
You keep saying this.
I know, but this is it's another thing.
It's another thing. Yeah, I was going to say when you just said about doing it for like monthly, I thought, just get it out your head.
So I'm relaunching the podcast.
I've seen.
And I've got interviews being booked in left, right, and centre at the minute, which is fantastic. So if you're interested in coming on the Christina Talks podcast, then drop me a cheeky little DM on LinkedIn, or we can have a chat and see if we can get that sorted. I'm not going to say yes to just everybody, though.
I was going to say, you have to be interesting.
Well, you've got to have a story.
That's something
that's going to be valuable for my audience. I have to admit, I did end up saying yes to a couple of people podcast-wise that actually I probably shouldn't have released those episodes.
Oh, we'll have a chat afterwards.
I felt bad not releasing them and all that kind of thing. And it was just like, Paul, you're on my list of people to reach out to. So drop me a message. Paul's just said that's me out there. But no, Paul, we can talk.
No, I thought you were going to say, Paul, you're on my list of people that I won't be releasing. Oh, that tickled me.
I was going through and I was thinking, well, why haven't I had Paul on there yet? So, we'll get Paul on talking about networking, definitely. When I re-release the podcast, that would be the time for me to create it. Okay. This sort of monthly newsletter, and then I can talk about what we're doing at GU, what's happening with the podcast, the other business mentoring stuff I do, other events I'm speaking at, the stuff that doesn't fit within GU that I have going on. I can talk about that stuff. But it is a LinkedIn newsletter is within LinkedIn. So if LinkedIn decide to pull the feature, you've lost that audience. So it's got to work. Anyway, LinkedIn are adding some new sort of creative elements. So it's changing as a user, when you go in to create your newsletter, that whole interface is changing. And there's a few updates that have been mentioned. So you can, if I wanted to give a shout out to someone as part of my newsletter, I would be able to embed their profile within the newsletter. I could embed, I nearly said inbred then.
Oh, very different newsletter.
Very different. I could embed the Green Umbrella Company page, for example. So it makes it easier if people want to click through. If you're testing, if you're sharing links and things like that in there, you'll be able to test the links even if the links are not yet live. There's stuff like that. From a reader perspective, they're going to split the page. So on desktop, your main panel will be the newsletter, and rather than the comments being underneath, the comments will appear at the side. Nice. And the idea is that would encourage more as people are reading the newsletter, if they want to say something, they'll just jump into the comments, say it there and then. So I think from desktop perspective, I really like that. Not quite sure how it will work on mobile. So it kind of looks like, and I think I have seen this in test and thought that it just not loaded properly. It's almost like you'll see the comments and then you'll see the newsletter.
Oh.
So you'll sort of see people are talking about stuff and then you'll go and find out what they're talking about. So again, it's just a slightly different experience. They've said stuff like they'll notify people, when you publish your newsletter, people will be notified through notifications as normal, but they'll also get emails about it as well. And there'll be some sort of notification communication with your wider network to help encourage subscribers.
Okay.
So they're definitely strengthening it. And I think they're saying, I wanted to say this, let me see if I can find, I want to say it's 59%. LinkedIn says newsletters have seen big growth over the past year, with a 59% increase in the amount of people publishing articles and 47% increase in engagement on newsletters. So 184,000 newsletters are now being published on LinkedIn. So it's definitely growing from where it was. I remember when it first started and the first sort of stats came out, we were a bit meh about the stats. It didn't seem that impressive. That's a more interesting number. It's still not a massive number in comparison with the, millions of people that are on the platform. But when you think of, of all those users, there's like less than 30% that are actually active, and even less of that percentage that are active on a daily basis using these
Yeah,
features.
yeah.
I don't think that's a bad number at all. But they're obviously continuing to invest in it. It's continuing to grow. So, like I say, if you're not thinking about it already, maybe it is something to consider. My only caveat is that if you are going to do it, make sure that it is a tool to drive people into the mailing list that you own, and not just to create another audience on another platform that you don't have ownership of.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 penneth on that one. What else? WhatsApp. Okay. Do you tend to do group video calls on WhatsApp?
No, not really. There's been a couple of times, but what we like to do in our group chats is the video notes. That's a favourite.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a
Absolutely.
video call, who's got time? I can't even be asked to FaceTime one person, let alone have a group of people on the phone.
Well, okay. When you think about a Zoom call,
Yeah.
2 of you on a call, fine. 4 of you on a call, fine. 8 of you on a call, okay. Any more than that just turns into a bit of a car crash, right?
Yeah.
So the limit to date has been a maximum of 15 people on a WhatsApp call.
Jesus Christ.
They're increasing it to 32.
That's a very odd number.
Well, it's in terms of just a group audio call, the max has always been 32 on that anyway. But yeah,
Okay.
WhatsApp video,
though?
I know. Yeah.
That's bothering me.
Just is. But yeah, WhatsApp video chat's increasing to 32. They're promising to improve the video quality and all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I just don't know who would use it outside of, like, I imagine my 14-year-old niece probably jumps on a video call and starts adding other people in left, right, and centre.
Yeah, but on WhatsApp?
It's not really yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know 32 people. Not that I want to talk to, anyway.
That's because as you get older, your circle gets smaller. Like when you're younger, and there is, like, literally, I was I'm looking at the TV screen. I was watching a podcast about a week ago, and it would have been Modern Wisdom, or I don't think it was Diary of a CEO. It probably was Modern Wisdom, or I'd seen one of the guests on there and then went like podcast stalking that guest to hear more of their stuff, because I do that, and it is like, it's almost like proven that, as a child, as a teenager, you have like hundreds of friends, and then you hit your 20s and that number reduces, then your 30s it reduces, then you get to my age and it's like, the equivalent of 100 when you were 15 is now like 2.
But do you know why I think that is as well? Because when you're younger, you're looking to be validated by everybody else. You want to be liked. You need that validation.
Yeah.
I was having a chat with a couple of the school mums. I was having a chat with a couple of the school mums actually 2 days ago. And we just said, but someone said, oh God, I don't want to get into my 30s. And I went, I love my 30s because I don't care anymore. Like, I've got my circle. I don't need to please everyone. You just, you're much more selective, aren't you? Like, I don't care about being liked by other people as long as I've got my 2.
And I also feel I'm probably quicker to judge whether or not I want to find out if that person's going to be a friend now.
You've got to hook me in, otherwise don't waste my time.
That's definitely hit since I've reached my 40s. I'm like 10, 15 minutes in and I'm like, I know how this...
it's not for me.
My intuition is telling me how this is going to go.
Yeah, thanks for coming, but it's a no from me.
Yeah. Not that my intuition's always right, but it does help me make the decision pretty quickly, and subconsciously as well. So I think this is it. You kind of, as when you're younger, you've got plenty of time to figure stuff out, and who are the people you want to spend your time with, who's filling you up, who's draining you. As you get older, you just haven't got the space for the drains. You want the
Yeah,
radio.
just it's cutthroat. I love it.
And there's only so much time in the day, so actually you lose the people that are
They just naturally filter away.
Yeah, and the people that send you the messages going, "You haven't got time for me anymore. You love that person more than me." You're just like, gone.
That I have not got time for that. Okay, I am a busy woman. Don't come at me with the I haven't got that. The only person I want to hear that from is my child. Anybody else whinging to me like that has got to go.
See, this is what when you hit your 40s, you don't even want to hear it from them. When you hit your 40s, it's the other way around. You're the one saying to your kids, "You haven't got time for me."
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean, mine hasn't got time for me now. He comes in and he goes, "I'm going to your room, Mum." To my room, okay? And he just, and I'm like, "You're right, so shut the door, okay?" Oh,
someone's ringing the office now.
Yeah, I can't talk. I'm on live lunch. There we go. Soz.
No worries.
That's probably one of your kids because I can't get hold of you.
Probably. Although one is at a friend's house at the minute, playing in a paddling pool, and the other one is in France on a mate's holiday.
Nice.
All right for some, isn't it?
Oh, treat yourself.
Someone really wants this.
I think I'm.
Do you recognise the number?
No.
All right, we'll check. They'll leave a voicemail. It's cool. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'll give you one more, and then it's your turn.
Okay.
So Meta is testing basically when you create a reel on Facebook, this is. So Meta will then, using AI, if you allow it to, create alternatives to your reel to split test. Okay. And then obviously whichever performs the best, that's the one that they'll push out everywhere. So this sounds really good because if they're split testing it, then and using their tools to create that second, third version, whatever, then in theory we might actually see better reach initially with our reels because of this split test going on. The downside of it is that we'll basically have no control over the versions they create. So I've seen it in ads, but for a while now we've had this ability, like you'll create your ad in Meta Ad Manager, and if you toggle the button on, Meta will take your creative, your copy, and create additional versions of your ad.
Okay.
And it serves all of them, and then it just goes with whatever performs the best. But some of the stuff it does, and you might have seen it in your feed, it looks like the ad's broken.
Okay.
It's like a coloured bar at the top of the ad using a weird font and a headline on it. And it doesn't look very good. It looks a bit like as if someone with no design skills has taken something designed, put it into Canva, and put something shit on top of it. Right? That's what it looks like. And I see messages all the time in Facebook groups going, "Oh, I've just seen this. Like, I'm running an ad and this has happened and I don't know why. Like, why is it broken?"
Yeah.
So, in theory, you create your reel in the best way you think how. Meta looks at it and says, "Well, if we use this format and we change this bit of the copy and we tweak the music to this, it'll work better."
Okay.
That's really positive.
Yeah.
But like I said, just the fact we'll have no control over it, you don't really know what it's going to do with it. So yeah. But I really like the idea behind it. I'm just, until we see it in action, I'm not sure how that will go. But at the minute, you're
a control freak, aren't you?
Branding is important. It's not right.
Oh no, yeah, but I mean, you're very much
Right. So this is and yes, I'm probably a little bit triggered because people say I'm controlling around these things, right? There's a difference between being controlling and maintaining a standard.
When I say controlling, I mean you don't like to let things go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I do let things go to a certain extent. Right. I do. I'm like I can work with things, but when it is completely off piste, then no.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it can't just be like, can't be green umbrella that's bright yellow. Just doesn't work.
You know, it would be like a green umbrella using our font, and then it'd stick something the wrong green with Times New Roman across the
No,
top. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's
not.
those sorts of where it's like it looks like it's been created by someone that doesn't understand brand.
Yeah.
Which we can't afford to do. If we were selling water glasses, then
Water
that would be
glasses, that's very specific.
Well, it's because I've got one in my hand.
A water glass. Okay, yeah.
Broder glass stolen from a pub that is a water glass.
I've never heard it called a water glass. Just a glass.
Well, what else would you? Well,
just a glass.
I am a details person, aren't I?
Yeah, a water glass. I don't know why. The more I say it, the weirder it sounds.
It's because. All right, let's move on from that.
Okay.
What social media news have you got?
Wow. There's been a rise in sales of water glasses. No. So I've got one here. Meta is rolling out broadcast channels to all pages with over 10,000 followers. So if you've got over 10,000 followers, then you'll be able to get a broadcast channel. And what I do like about it is that you're going to be able to, you'll have the capacity to share your channel messages from Instagram over to Facebook. So automatically share your updates from your Instagram channel to Facebook, providing another way to expand the reach on your messages. A little exclusive perk is channel managers can publish Facebook posts to channel members first, and then it will go live onto the page.
Nice.
So it's almost, if you're doing an offer, like this is, you've got 24 hours. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a first look type thing. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. And share to stories. So creators and members can share channel content via Facebook stories with a dedicated sticker format. So that's nice. But you've got to have over 10,000 followers. Yeah. So, and I do like the bit that you can, it's like a little secret club.
Yeah.
You can fire out your stuff there and sneak peek preview. Thank you, Paul.
I think that if you are running a personal brand and the page represents your personal brand, that's going to be epic. It's going to be absolutely brilliant because you know, like I said, I would be using it. Green Umbrella, like blogs just gone out. Green Umbrella, live lunch is happening. Christina Talks podcast. I'm speaking at this event. You can get tickets there. So I think from a personal brand perspective, really, really powerful using broadcast channels. I'm not really seeing any brands using them though.
Yeah,
it's all the personal brands using them. So I think that is where it lends itself to. Have you joined any broadcast channels from anyone?
Yes.
Go on.
I did. What do you want me to tell you? Who they are or what?
Who you subscribe to, and how do you find it?
Okay. So there was somebody called Bethany Dobson. So she's a bit of, but this is on Instagram. I haven't actually seen them on Facebook. And she's some Geordie girl that is a fitness person that likes to eat real food. And I just like her content. So I subscribed to her broadcast channel and then I left it just because it was just sales pitch, isn't it? A lot of the time.
Not enough value.
Yeah, for me. And it's, but good luck to her. Still like her content. But
I haven't subscribed to any. And I'll tell you why. Anyone that I would subscribe to have some sort of WhatsApp equivalent or Telegram equivalent, and I'm already getting the information there. and I don't want the same information in 3-4 different places.
Yeah.
That drives me insane when it's like I've checked my WhatsApp group, and then even when it's in multiple WhatsApp groups,
Yeah.
and it's like the same message, it's like it's a massive turn off for me. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, there's a couple of sort of broadcast groups in WhatsApp that I'm part of. So I wouldn't join that broadcast channel anywhere
Yeah.
else because I'm already
Yeah.
getting it there. So yeah. What else you got?
Another one, Google adds AI insights to Google Analytics. So for GA4, which you have to, if you haven't done it yet, you've got to switch over from the old version to GA4 because it'll be shut down on July the 1st.
Yeah.
The
Which
old one,
everyone should have done that by now.
yeah, it feels like that was
We've been
just
talking about it for about a year, 18 months. So that's
I was gonna when I read that, I was like, oh, what? It's still not shut down. Anyway, so basically, Google's going to use AI to better show report. Thanks, Paul. Use better takeaways to summarize key data notes, which will help identify reasons for the data that you're seeing. And Google's also added aggregated impressions from linked Campaign Manager 360 accounts to provide more insight into campaign performance across the funnel. So
that all sounds really cool, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't understand what I've just read, to be honest. But and it's also rolling out cross-channel budgeting, which will include a projections report to track media pacing as well as projected performance against a target objective. While it's also planning to implement support for some of the Chrome Privacy Sandbox APIs, which again, no idea, but it sounds good.
So this is the thing. This information is really useful. It's useful for businesses that are getting, hundreds of thousands of hits a month on their websites, that are investing heavily in paid campaigns, Google ads, Meta ads, that kind of stuff. For the regular SME business, it's like when it comes to Google Analytics, it's like we've been forgotten about. That the ground level data that we really need to have easy access to in order to understand, improve, and gain the level of traffic we need, it's like it's just been forgotten.
Yeah, well, so one of these things is AI-powered notes that will highlight key data events. So the intent here is to provide a more simplified, plain language explanation of opportunities within your data. So it's going to dumb it down a bit, which is exactly what I need. So let's hope StreamYard doesn't clip that bit.
Yeah, cool. Oh, awesome. All right, I've got two more things and then we'll wrap up. Both to do with Instagram, both very quick ones.
Go for it.
So so Instagram is running an experiment with chat widgets.
Okay.
So essentially, what Instagram is saying is that we use stories and DMs more than we do post on Instagram, which I think we discussed on here before. So from a DM perspective, it's going to create these widgets where essentially, like, you go into the DM and you'll be able to click a button and go to the pinned posts on that, go and see the pinned posts on that profile and stuff like that. So it's just going to sort of speed up communication and improve what you're able to do within your messages on Instagram. Things like if you were sending a message to someone, you could say, if you're pitching to someone through your DMs, there'll be a widget where you can add a timer.
Okay.
So it's like you've got 3 hours and 47 minutes to get this offer.
Got you.
You'll be able to do stuff like that. There's a widget for tracking that person. So if you're talking to someone in the US, there'll be a widget so you can see the time in their time zone. So there is some purpose to it. Apparently there's going to be a whole host of these widgets, but they're the only 3 that we're being told about at the minute. So it could be quite useful. I don't see myself using it, but that's because I don't often use DMs on it. I've used DMs on Instagram more in the last couple of weeks because of relaunching the podcast and reaching out to people.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, last night I went on one. I'm like DMing people that like some major people going, what do I need to do to make it happen?
Good for you.
Like near enough prostituting myself because
dear.
Honestly, I'm like, mate, what can we do? How can we make this happen? Honestly. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said it that way, should I?
No, but
the things I do for brands, honestly.
You name the hoops, I'll jump through them.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm reading your DMs now.
Don't read any more out loud. But yeah, you've got to have a bit of grit, a bit of sass, a bit of like play to the person you're communicating with. Have a bit of.
Oh, I love it. Go for it.
You know? So yeah, there's some serious people, not UK-based people, some serious people overseas that I would love to I'd love to spend 45 minutes having a conversation with. So if I can get one or two of them, that would be amazing. But yeah, that's the only time really I'm using DMs to pitch. So it's an interesting thing. I think that some of these DMs will work really nicely. You're distracted by my messages now, I can tell. Some of these DM widgets will work really well if you're selling an e-commerce product. I think that's the use case I'm seeing for it based on the information we've got. So we'll just see once they've completed their tests and they start rolling things out and live testing, we can have a bit of a play with it then. And then the other thing, I didn't know if we talked about this before. Did we talk about Instagram adding music to carousel posts that include video?
No.
So yeah, so this is, to be fair, this was announced, I think, the week we were at the team conference. So it is like, this news is a couple of weeks old. But yeah, essentially, so when you put your carousel posts together, if you're including a video in there, you'll be able to add music.
Okay.
Which I think is fab, because sometimes like those carousel posts, sometimes I feel like I would like one of the slides to be something that you just create in Canva. It's text over a video, but it would just create that bit of interest. The video would reinforce what's on that slide. And I think that would work really well. I'm not really thinking about carousels where it's like a cover, slide of information, then me on a video talking.
Yeah.
It's more like being able to use video to reinforce that experience of the carousel itself. So I really like the idea of adding music to those. Like we've got a video that you used in a reel yesterday where I'm like literally walking through a hotel reception like that as part of the carousel, with just a bit of a tip about using behind the scenes footage in your content, like using B-roll footage. I think like that would work really, really well. It would be an attractive post. It'd be really engaging. So yeah, like I said, I really like this. So it is. I'm just checking. Yeah, it doesn't actually say. Doesn't say where it's being rolled out. I think I saw somewhere it's been rolled out in the US first. But just keep an eye out for it. But I do like that one.
Nice. Anything Instagram I'm loving at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like
Which is weird because when I first started, by the way, it's my 3-year anniversary soon. Not that you'll remember. And I hated Instagram. Hated it. I just didn't see the point. I was always Facebook, but now completely the other way around. I'll tell you
But
something that is bothering me.
in that time, Reels has just gone from being basically not a thing to huge.
I'll tell you what is annoying me, and I know that you've got, friends in high places. I've just seen your inbox. Can you have a word with Zuckerberg? Because on my Facebook feed at the moment, all I'm getting is like, I'm not seeing my friends' status updates anymore at all. Isn't that weird?
What are you getting?
I am getting just, I don't know, when you click like on a page or something, it's just all rubbish. It's just like,
sometimes I feel like you have to go through, and
it's just adverts and memes and don't know who that is, and just I want to see Sandra moaning about Bill not paying child maintenance. That's what I want from Facebook. I mean, when you got a following like mine, Paul, it's good to have me on side, But it is just advert and crap meme page after meme page after meme. What was that?
Yeah, that didn't look very.
It's a paintbrush. It's a paintbrush.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that looked like something we don't want to be sharing on LinkedIn there.
No, different tab. And
see, that looks good. What's that?
Yeah, but I don't want to read. I don't want to see that. But it's where I have my friends' Facebook statuses.
Okay. So some of your friends, you need to go and basically favourite them so that it knows to prioritise them in your feed. And some of this stuff you'll see, you need to click on those 3 dots and tell Facebook you don't want to see this shit.
Show less. Green umbrella. Show less. No, joking. But I'm all right for recipes. That's all I've got is recipe after recipe after. It's driving me insane.
You've probably been searching for stuff where Facebook is tracking you through its pixel, and so it's like it's seeing your, like if you've been looking for new recipes and it's seeing you on certain sites or in certain apps looking for new recipes, it's going to be sticking more of that into your feed. And I know we both went shopping at the weekend separately. So, like, I don't know about you, but like
all right, you don't need to, separately. We didn't go together.
My Facebook. I didn't mean it like that. I just don't want people to think that we're literally joined at the hip. That's all. My Facebook and Instagram, the ads I'm getting are just absolutely rammed full of everything I was shopping for at the weekend.
Can I just show you my favourite thing that popped up on my, where is it? Since being shopping. Hang on, bear with me, caller. Stick with me. Because it's just brilliant. And anybody that has got one of these, I want to see it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Why wouldn't you get one of them for your dog? Look at that! She looks like she works in accounts and she doesn't want to authorise the Christmas party. Don't you think? Look at it! No, we can't afford it this year. Business has been really bad. Not after last time. Darren was sick in the Portaloo.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
Welcome to my brain. There you go. That was a little insight of...
I love it. And for once, it wasn't me. Pat myself on the back. Brilliant. Okay. I think that's us done, isn't it? Like, before
it was a Sally Gunnell moment all over again, weren't it?
Yeah. Let's
end it there.
Yeah, let's just cut it off. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have an amazing. I hope the last week's been amazing. I hope the next week is amazing. I'm disappearing now. I've got a little bit of work to do. Then I'm off on a jolly tomorrow. Got all day at a mastermind and then a fancy schmancy dinner in the evening. So
I love your idea of a jolly. I'm at a mastermind.
It is. I'm in a nice swanky hotel. Got a lovely room. Might go and have a dip in the pool. Sit in the sauna, jacuzzi. I probably won't, but the intention is there.
Yeah.
I'll try. Anyway, that's it for this week. We'll see you all next Thursday at 12 for the Green Umbrella Live Lunch. Bye for now.